We're going to move to our next topic, and this one we're glad to have Tyvis in for because he is our resident NFL special teams. We actually learned G. Bush played kickoff too.
Yes.
In high school yesterday when his teammate was on Antonio Hall.
That was
so, G,
scary.
this might have affected you too, but the NFL passed a new rule, and the owners approved this, and we can take the tag board from me and Rapport whenever you're ready, that essentially will negate kickoffs for eternity in the NFL. Instead of having to either have a touchback or a return, now teams can fair catch a kickoff, and it automatically gets placed at the 25-yard line. Some numbers for you. Only 6 out of over 1,000 kicks last year, kickoffs, were returned for a touchdown. It was less than 1%. Only 3 punt return touchdowns in the whole league. That was 0.3%. 61% of kicks in the NFL went for touchbacks last year. That was before this rule. It's expected to be between 80 and 85% now. Essentially eliminating kickoffs. Tyvis is someone who played on special teams at the highest level in the NFL. Just before we get into what this means for Jakeem Grant and the Browns roster, what's your take on the rule change? And it doesn't sound like you're a fan of this whatsoever.
I'm not, because it's people that make their living on being, gunners and being those guys on kickoff that goes down there and make those plays. I think you are kind of eliminating them, so now their chances of making the team, now they have to be gunners on punt, or they got to find a way to get it done on punt return. That seems like to be where the return game may still have some effect at. But as far as kickoff and kickoff return, not only are you taking the jobs away or the importance of those guys, maybe that 6th corner or that 7th wide receiver that's on the bubble of making it, but he's a really good special teams player, it won't hold weight anymore because there's no special teams anymore. A whole phase of special teams is gone. Kickoff and kickoff return will be no longer there, so there's no need of having that anymore. So now that guy may get cut because he won't have the opportunity to make those plays.
And before G gets into that, in that Rappaport tweet, he specified that special teams coordinators were like, no, do not do this. Unfortunately, NFL owners vote on these rules, not coordinators. So as to your point, Tyvis, other than Ventrone and all the special teams coordinators in the NFL were like, this is what I do.
I get the make it safer, but like I say, the XFL, I think, did a great job of doing it. I mean, they line each other up 5 to 10 yards off on the kickoff, and you got to make somebody miss, or you got to beat your block or get on your block, and the returner's right there. It eliminates those high collisions because it's only a 5-yard thing. So if that is still exciting. I think kickoff is the opening kickoff to me is still one of the most exciting things because it can change the dynamic of a game. You go out, that returner takes it to the house. The crowd is going crazy. Or if somebody comes down on the kickoff and makes a big hit, boom, to start the game off, the crowd goes wild. The defense feeds off of it. You're taking that away now, so now there's no energy that's going to be given off of special teams.
Man, it's a wrap. Y'all might want to work on y'all game, bro. Hey, if you a corner, it ain't good enough for to be like I'm a gunner. I'm gonna run down there and hustle. No, you better work on your back pedal. You better work on your ball skills, receivers. Hey, look, ain't no such thing as I'm just fast and I could just get these punts and go to the house, or I'm gonna play on special teams. That's out of here. Now this changed the whole dynamic a little bit. Somebody said in the chat, all right then, Jakeem Grant, we'll holler at you better. Hallelujah, holler back. The guy like guys like Schwartz. If you're a one-trick pony and you're a special teams guy, this changes a lot of how you moving. They're not gonna guarantee you certain type of money to be back there just to fair catch kicks to be at the 25. So, to me, I like the way the XFL does it a little better. I like the fact that they're 5 yards apart, no running starts, and you still have the ability to kind of move and get to the crib if you creative and can do some things. But they've effectively, the wedge busters they got rid of. They got all the wedge. They got rid of all of that stuff. Pretty soon, I think in about 5 years, they're just gonna say we're just gonna take it, right?
25 yards.
Or look at when you punting, they could just say, all right, well listen, we can give you an opportunity. They're gonna kick the ball. It's going to fall wherever it lands. You get the ball right there.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
that's terrible.
Like think of Devin Hester.
That's what I'm saying.
He's one of my favorite players ever because
terrible.
He didn't get the ball very often as a return. He played a little receiver, but I mean, essentially he was just
a returner.
Josh Cribbs.
Dante Hall. I mean, he was more a punt returner than a kick returner. But like some of the most exciting players in the history of the NFL have been return specialists. Mm-hmm. They may not be elite catching the ball. They may not be able to cover people like glue, like Tyvus did.
Mm-hmm.
They're not big enough to play defensive line like UG. Mm-hmm. They're little dudes, usually track speed, shifty as hell, and they made dudes miss in ways that very few guys can do in the normal confines of a football field where there's 11 people on defense, 11 people on offense with 5 offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Like in the normal confines. And it just, I get the safety reasons. I think kickoffs were the number 1 concussion play, or number 1 highest percentage of concussion plays, because you got 270-pound dudes running full speed for 40 yards, hitting other 270-pound dudes, and that's obviously dangerous. So I get it. But I hate this so damn much. Like I said,
if that was the case, if that was what it really was, then why not adapt the XFL rule? I mean, I think that.
And do we have that tag board? Do you have the XFL
it perfectly doesn't eliminate something.
Didn't find one, sorry.
It doesn't eliminate the most exciting play of a game, or one of the most exciting plays. It still gives the returner chances to, find a lane and hit it and make a return. I don't even know if the XFL even have a bunch of kick returns anyway, so it's very effective.
I think they
I don't like that. I hate it.
I compare it to basketball. Like, back in the day, there was defensive players counted, right?
Yeah.
Like because you could hand check if you were very strong, and you were able to keep guys in the post. You were able to hand check. There was a lot of guys that were very dominant because on the defensive end, because they were allowed doing that. When they took that away, it went one way real quick, and you can't guard these dudes now.
And you mentioned Jakeem Grant. Like, this rule affects him more than it affects anyone else on the Browns roster, maybe anyone else in the NFL. He's a guy who didn't play last year, coming off a torn Achilles. A guy who was brought here to be their return specialist. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Since Josh Cribbs, the Browns have been very average to mediocre in the return game. Donovan Peoples-Jones had that punt return this year.
Yeah.
That was their first punt return since, I believe, 2013. Punt return touchdown.
With Travis Benjamin.
I guess Travis Benjamin. But, like, for the most part, he was brought in here to rejuvenate a return game that they hadn't had. And now he's competing with David Bell and Anthony Schwartz and Mike Harley for that last receiver spot. And look at his numbers. He's got 6 career return touchdowns. He has 7 career receiving touchdowns. Like, where's his value as a straight-up receiver if he's only going to get a chance to return 10 to 15 kicks
all year?
All year. And Jerome Ford proved last year he's pretty damn serviceable in that role too. So, like,
he's very expendable.
Bye-bye, dude. I can't foresee
to the point where
a scenario where he's...
Unless he come out in the preseason and just show that he was a dog at wide receiver, because the speedy wide receiver is always used for that. If he don't do that in the preseason,
bye-bye.
It's over with. It's unfortunate to say.
Yeah.
That's Anthony Schwartz. Like
Anthony Schwartz. This is the thing about Anthony Schwartz. For him, if he's not gonna be a good wide receiver, he could be at least a good gunner. Like, come on, man, go to punt and Anthony, be a gunner on punt. Go to the punt. Go to Bubba Ventrone and tell him that I want to be a gunner. With that track speed, all you got to do is hit the sideline. They can't touch you. Come back in, make plays.
I am telling you, if Anthony, I'm telling y'all right now, I don't know why I got this feeling.
No, I agree with you. I actually agree with this.
You think you'll have a year?
If Anthony Schwartz catches 2, he make any sort of plays, any sort. Like, he catch a long ball.
3rd round pick, right?
Yeah, he's a 3rd round. They're not cutting him.
But, Tyvus, it's going to come down, no joke. It could come down to Jakeem Grant, David Bell, and Anthony Schwartz for that last receiver spot. Legitimately, like, this is a realistic possible scenario.
So you say David Bell, Anthony Schwartz, Jakeem Grant, and Mike Harley.
So you got Jakeem Grant, who you signed, who now his return value is gone. Do you want this? You got 2 third-round picks in Bell and Anthony Schwartz. Bell,
if that was the 4,
I think that's the 4 that's going to come down to the last receiver spot.
I would think that the nod may go to Jakeem Grant, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Over Bell.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because if Nick Chubb gets dinged up, Jerome Ford ain't returning nothing.
Fair.
What you mean? I think they'll put Jerome Ford back there. That's why you can keep an extra receiver.
I'm saying.
No, he's saying
if Nick Chubb went down, Jerome Ford would be the starting running back.
He's not going to return kicks as your
starting back. So well, here's the thing. Here's what I think they would do. I think that you could steal a roster spot. You could put Donovan Peoples-Jones back there, like just a fair catch.
You put Felton back. I mean, you put anyone back there just a fair catch.
Or if you kept Demetric Felton. So if I kept
he was supposed to be like a really good returner. What's going on with him?
The return game is done. If you asking me, I'm gonna keep DPJ. I'm gonna keep Ford. They're gonna be in my rotation anyway. Now that I can get rid of Jakeem Grant because they're not going to be returning kicks anyway, I can keep another receiver. I can keep one of the guys that I wanted to keep, right? You can actually sneak a dude on a deep position because I think you're going to mess around and keep 9 linemen. 9 offensive linemen. You're going to keep 9 or 10 D linemen. It's going to be ugly.
And what's up?
Yeah. I have your tweet, Mike, if you want to take a look at it. See if we can take tag board full.
This is
the
XFL
kickoff?
Yeah, these are the XFL kickoff returns. They stay 5 yards off until the returner gets it, and then it's a free-for-all. And this dropped injury rates tremendously, but still kept the excitement of a kick return in the play.
He's going to the house, too.
Yeah, I would not be against
Is that Cordell
using
Patterson?
It is not Cordell Patterson. But shout out to the Battlehawks. They got robbed of a playoff spot, but it is what it is. But I prefer that over traditional kickoffs, especially if we're going to eliminate 95% of them. Anthony, we got to read before our next topic?
Yeah, before we get to our next topic, though, I just want to remind everybody that you can get USFL seats for just $10. They come with free T-shirts, rally towels. Go celebrate pro football. You can check it out at usfl.com. Thanks to the USFL for sponsoring the show. And then, Mike, OTAs have officially started. It's almost football season.
Football is in the air, my friend, and our first glimpse at the 2023 Cleveland Browns is officially here. And I'm gonna pull a G. Bush for y'all real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm going to pull a G. Bush. I thought about this long and hard last night when we were coming up with topics and figuring out what to talk about. And G. Bush, you know what? You got me. You got me. I'm not going to lie. I'm up here with Tyvis, who has some of the most absurd takes I've ever heard in the history of basketball. I'm here with G. Bush, the originator of the Duke of Knee Jerk.
Yes, yes.
So I'm going to preface this by saying one thing. No one has ever looked bad in shorts in training camp in a video the team tweets out itself. The team's not going to tweet out a video of people looking bad. However, the Guardians are killing me. And I hate talking about the Guardians. I can't get excited about what the Guardians are doing right now. The Cavs are in total disarray. I got eviscerated on Twitter this weekend for a potential Jared Allen trade that was a complete hypothetical, but people like to take things seriously. So guess what? Let me get damn excited about seeing Deshaun Watson throw dimes to Elijah Moore and Cedric Tillman. Play the damn video, Steve. Let's see the tag boards. Yeah, 4 to 8 on target. We've been asking for this all off season. Look at the mechanics. Look at the catch. He turns up field, Tyvis. That is what an elite receiver, an elite quarterback connection is supposed to look like. Next video. Let me keep going. Elijah Moore, you see 2 hands? Look, I can do it with 1 hand, like Waka Flocka. The 1-hand catch from Elijah Moore in shorts. Was there a cornerback on him? I don't care. This is what I want to see 114 times in 2023. Next video, Steve. Cedric Tillman. This is Mike Harley. Deep ball, perfection. Let me get 53 of these all season when Deshaun Watson throws for 72 touchdowns. And last but not least, 3rd-round pick, Cedric Tillman. You see this jump ball, Tyvis? I don't care if you're out here guarding him. Cedric Tillman's about to cook. Yes, he's in shorts. Yes, there's no pads. Yes, this doesn't matter. And yes, I am absolutely hyped to see the Browns doing some football activities because there's nothing else in the Cleveland sports scene right now to be excited about. I'm done. Y'all go.
That was
Thank you.
That was tremendous. That
Thank
was tremendous.
What's up,
Mr. McNuggets?
I'm not getting hyped off of no video. I need to see it happen, but
You just saw it happen. You literally, with your own eyes, just saw it happen.
No. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking. I am not one that likes to watch things with no equipment on. This game. Unless, if this was 7-on-7, I'd be all on.
Listen, I prefaced it with saying, I know where these clips came from. I know what they're trying to do. I'm not gonna let that ruin my damn excitement.
I'm not going off of that right now.
You don't gotta talk 5 days for 2 hours, okay? Like I gotta talk Guardians every day. Oh, the Guardians offense. Cavs, what are you gonna do?
It looked good though.
I finally got something to be excited about. Let me rock.
The first throw
was good.
It was really good because you could tell that they got the chemistry. You could tell that those guys have been working together.
Yeah.
He understands the timing of it. Before Elijah Moore is even out of his break, the ball is coming is perfectly where he's going to be. He's able to catch it and get upfield. So that shows you that the chemistry is there. All those off-season trips to Puerto Rico or wherever the heck they going, it shows that it's working out. Now I need to see it with pads on, and I need to see it when some DBs is on him. If those plays are still being made, then I can be excited for it. But right now, I'm not being excited for routes on air.
Man, come on, man. Let me get my picture together so y'all can be cool.
I can't believe you over here drawing this right now. When he flipped this around,
I'm scared to see what this is.
It's going to be a shame.
I'm scared to see
Am I going to lose my job as graphic designer of the show?
Yes. Yes.
I tell you what, it's a nice doodle. It's a nice doodle for him to be just freehanding it like this.
I will say, though, to Tyvis's point, and yeah, I know I'm a little overexcited, but that first throw to Elijah Moore was a dime.
Yeah, it was.
Like that, obviously it's no defense, no nothing, but
Here you
that
go.
first throw was a
I
dime.
don't think
G-Bush,
it's
what
an
you got?
fool.
That's how I do it. You know what it is.
You spelled Kool-Aid wrong. There's no E.
No, I got the E in there. Kool-Aid, that's what I'm talking about. Listen, ready to go. The Kool-Aid is back. Ready to go, G-Bush. Hey, the Duke of Knee Jerk. Hey, listen, I was sitting here at the house. I was sitting at the crib. And it was a thing that came up.
What color is that? Just out of curiosity.
It's brown.
Red.
Red. It's the brown school. How's it red?
Red. No, he said right. Red.
It's red Kool-Aid. I was at the crib and I saw it hit. They say the Cleveland Browns OTAs. All of a sudden, my knees started shaking like this. I said, "Hold on, is that Deshaun Watson out there throwing the ball to Elijah Moore?" I saw him. Oh, look, is this
The knees.
Tillman?
The knees.
Oh, my knees.
The knees are rocking.
Oh, my knees. Oh, I seen Tillman get the right. Oh, look at the big receiver. Pause. Look at this huge receiver out there. Oh, come on, bro. You know you got it. As soon as you saw them orange jerseys, as soon as you seen the helmets, you had grandeur thoughts, delusion like I did. You saw Deshaun Watson throwing for those 40. Look at that.
Throw it again.
Look at
What
that. Look
hand?
at that
Who needs
speed
two
cut.
hands? Who?
Look at that
Not
speed
him.
cut.
Not him.
Dimes.
Elijah
A little
Moore.
behind him. It's okay. Move out the way. Back shoulder. Let me
must
get
not be
that
used to the
two tap.
speed.
Bang. Let me see what they're talking about. Put the gravy
Is
on
this
them.
on air?
It's on air.
I don't care.
What you mean you don't care?
I'm cool. I don't care.
can throw that on there.
Hey, it don't matter. Look at him. Look at that
That
pirouette.
ain't
That's
on
on
there.
you.
That's
That's on you.
That is what we call a pirouette punch. That is a pirouette. Look. Look
I
at this
can't
dime.
believe this.
Yo,
That's a dime right
Can I be
there.
honest, Tyvis? Is there a more pretty sight in sports on social media than like a slow motion spiral?
Easy
No,
money.
that
Like
is.
it's
That'd
almost
be nice.
romantic. Like when you see a slow
Did
motion.
you remember the
deep
Tua one, the Tyreek Hill? He underthrew it last year. It was
Yeah.
terrible.
but
they
it's still pretty.
It was nice.
Like Hard Knocks starts every season of Hard Knocks. They show the deep ball in slow motion
Oh, man.
as Leaf Schreiber. Is that the guy who narrates?
Yeah.
Hard Knocks goes like that. That's just romantic. man.
And here's the thing, and here's what I gotta tell y'all, man. A lot of
Do you like
people,
my Kool-Aid, by the way? You feel that?
yeah,
I
I
can't
like that.
believe
I like
y'all.
that.
Y'all, for you,
Tyvis.
I keep especially for you.
Tyvis, come on, man. You gotta understand. You done played the game. You understand what this is, bro. Like, see, you guys at home, sometimes y'all are getting excited and y'all want to start doing stuff around when August, 2 days. Come talk to me about August. See, players who play the game, they don't live by that. When you play, it's in you. It just turn on. You be like, oh, listen, I feel like I'm supposed to have pads on. Oh, there's OTAs, the conditioning. Every year at this time, I get sick to my stomach because I'm thinking I got to go do a running test. Yeah. I still got it. It's traumatic. You be like, am I in shape or no?
Them days is over.
Them days is over. But here's the thing. This is part of the game. Like,
Yeah.
y'all cats, y'all cats is, why would you only want to do this, just get me to the games? Football is not no just get me to the games. It's a lifestyle. It's a way you live. It's the cleats. It's the practice. It's the 7-on-7s. It's putting in installs and plays and playbooks. What are y'all talking about?
But before you go, Tyvis, hey, can we put a poll on the YouTube chat to see who thinks Tyvis is being a salty spittoon? Like, why is he so negative, Nancy?
How am I
He
being
came in with a big smile
How
on
am
his
I
face.
negative?
Why you salty, bro?
Listen, I'm not salty in any way, and I'm not being negative. We literally do this every year.
That's the
Yeah,
point
that's the
of it.
point.
We do this, and what happens?
It's my first year.
I'm ready to.
It's my first year in
Listen,
Browns camp.
I'm not going off of nothing that I see in this. I
So
need to
watch
see
this.
it on September.
So watch this.
That's me.
So watch this. See, Tyvis, I'm gonna just put it out there. See, bad job out of y'all. I don't want to hear nobody sitting here. We do this every single year. We take our nondescript children who have no skill sets at this point, and we take pictures with them every first day of school. My baby going into first grade. You give her a new outfit and some new kicks. Your son got a new shirt, and you do this every year. He in third grade. What's the difference between second and third grade? Nothing. He don't got no skill set. You don't even know what he want to do with his life. He just going to school, and you still be emotional, dropping your kid off in the fourth grade. Look at my baby and what they about to do. This is such a beautiful thing. Hashtag dad. Boy, if you don't get up out of here with these kids, And you gonna tell me that you got a problem with me watching the Browns and getting excited about them throwing the ball 7-on-7 and we do this every year, G. Bush. Well, you do the same thing every year.
We got to fill 10 hours of content a week, and there's a lot of stuff that we got to talk about every day because it's happening. That's just not exciting.
Well,
so when I get someone excited to talk about, I want to be excited.
Well, I live in the real world, okay, and I'm a man about results, okay? That's me. I'm not going off of no hype. I need to see it, and I ain't seen it yet. What I seen was 7-10 last year, and we was just as gassed up about that season. So I need to see it be put together. I need to see them against Cincinnati in September. When I see that, then I'll change my mind. But right now, I'm not being excited for nothing.
Big Douglas, they be acting like we all, when we get married, we got to go through anniversaries every doggone year. Now, you telling me year 5 of the marriage was as good as year 1? No, it's not. Everybody knows year 5 ain't it.
It's better.
And we still got to go through
It's
the motions.
better.
I'm still.
Are you in year 5?
No, I'll be on year 3 this year.
There we go.
You can't say year 5.
Well, you call me in year 5.
We'll wait for the results.
Call me in year 5. These guys out here be out here capping.
Let me put my hat back on.
Listen,
y'all wasn't y'all was good when I wasn't like that.
That's actually perfect because I do have poll results.
Yeah, give me some results, bro.
So we asked, is Tyvis, I had a boo-hoo pal, being a little bit of a negative Nancy here.
Oh, my God.
42% of people say yes, 27 say no, and then 31 told you to put the hat back on, so you knew already.
Now, listen. In reality,
Morpheus.
Tyvis is 50% right.
50?
50% right. And I'm going to say 50%
and it's hard to
Because, yes, are the Browns winning the Super Bowl today because they threw a couple awesome passes in 7-on-7 with no pads and no devastation? No, they're not winning the Super Bowl. But you're wrong 50% because guess what? I can still be excited about it.
Yeah.
You can be excited all year. There's nothing wrong with being excited for the season. I'm excited for the season.
I'm glad you put that on the record.
But I want to see some results.
We all do, of course.
I'm not going to get geeked up off no
So
video.
let me ask you this, because this is a good caveat. And the Browns would never do this. This would never happen. But if they put a pass of Deshaun Watson throwing an interception yesterday, or like Amari Cooper dropping a pass to hit him right in the hands, would you be like, uh-oh?
No.
Okay, at least you're consistent.
No.
At least you're consistent.
I hate that too.
At least you're consistent.
People be saying that. It was like a time like maybe 3 years ago. I think it was the year that they went to the Super Bowl. Jimmy Garoppolo threw 6 picks in the first practice. And everybody was like, "Oh my God, he's terrible!" And they go to the Super Bowl.
At least you're consistent.
Hey man, here's the thing. The great thing about sports is this. It is the process. It is the things that happen besides the games. Yes, the games super count. Yes, they do. But you know better than anybody. To people out there that's right there playing, tell them borderline guys we just talked about, like Bell and Schwartz and Jakeem Grant. Tell them this don't count. Because they out there busting their tails. They out there putting everything. They out there trying to get reps, trying to get better. And by the way, this is the time and the place where you find guys that can help your team. Yeah. Everybody ain't a first-round pick. The guys need time to show and develop and do what they can do and show up and be like, hey, I'm a guy that's going to count. So when we be sitting here saying that they don't count, yes, in the scheme of things, they don't count. But at the end of the day, that's what makes sports great. Yeah. The practices, that's why we love it. Other than that, it'd be meetings and work. Yeah. This is why we like this. Like the stuff. Embrace it. Don't wait into the games and then be like, oh, well, they lost the game. That's why we be so mad as hell after the games, because we don't pay attention to nothing except the game.
And we only get 17
And we get 17
plus
of them.
Plus a playoff game, too, hopefully 3 or 4 playoff games.
I'm talking about from a fan's perspective.
No,
I'm a fan, too.
As a player's perspective, the games is... the practices is the game.
Yeah. Right.
Like, for me, when I went to practice, it was a game because I was fighting for my life. I wasn't the luxury of a first and second round pick. I was an undrafted guy, and I had no choice. So it was a game to me. As a player, absolutely, they need to be going all out. But as a fan, no, I need to see some results.
And that's totally fair. And let's be honest. Like, we knew Cedric Tillman could catch a football.
Right.
We knew Elijah Moore's fast and shifty. We know Deshaun Watson can throw a great deep ball. But I just like seeing it. I'm a visual learner. So I like, and Tony Martinez came in and helped us put this show together. One thing he said, and I remember this because he had a stat for it, 75% retention rate. The retention rate of viewers is 75% higher when they see the same thing you're talking about.
Yep.
So when we talk about Deshaun Watson throwing deep balls and you see Deshaun Watson throwing deep balls,
I think if I,
bada bing, bada boom.
I think